Hey everybody, Pastor Bethany here. It's Tuesday, which means it's my turn to do a video. And while I'm not in the office with Pastor Dan, I have found my way upstairs to our sanctuary. If I'm being totally honest and a little bit vulnerable today, I'll tell you that anxiety has struck, which isn't totally unusual for me. I battle anxiety from time to time. But today, it hit a little bit harder. So I started my morning in the Psalms, hoping those words would ground me and center me and help me to breathe deeply and trust in a season of uncertainty and fear. And that worked until Dan reminded me it was my turn to do a video. So I found my way upstairs to the sanctuary, hoping that maybe the Spirit would swirl, that this place filled with over 100 years of prayers and songs and worship would tell me what to say that didn't feel cheap and hopeless. Because really, even though I'm a pastor married to a pastor, I have no answers. My prayers don't jump up to the top of the line or immediately get answered. I have no timetable for this pandemic or if normal will return, let alone if normal will be the normal we're used to. I don't know. But I walked into our sanctuary and was caught off guard by the purple. You see, the purple is the color of Lent, the liturgical season we're in. This time of year that we either give something up or take something on to be closer with Jesus. And we do it for 40 days, Mondays through Saturdays, to remind ourselves of the time Jesus spent in the wilderness, hungry and thirsty, tempted by Satan. And so here we are, literally in Lent, having given up so much, fighting for the vulnerable in our world, fighting for ourselves, hoping and praying that those we love will be safe, for healthcare providers and people on the front lines, giving of their lives, sacrificing themselves to make the world a better place. And swirling in the midst of that is Jesus, our Jesus, the Jesus who knows what it is to go through the wilderness, the Jesus who knows the pain of the cross, the Jesus who ended up in the tomb. But that Jesus, our Jesus, points us in this season to the empty tomb, to the hope that comes in resurrection. And so we ourselves find ourselves, yes, in the season of Lent, of purple, of grieving, of wondering what possibly could come after death, mindful that our God brings forth new life and new hope and new promises after Lent. So while Lent might end technically in a week or two, I invite you to join me in this season of Lent that might go a bit longer. A season of waiting and hoping, of giving up and taking on, but all the while trusting in the empty tomb. Trusting that our God is going to bring forth something new, something better than we can imagine. And I so look forward to celebrating that day and that newness and that new life with you in this space whenever we can be together again. So go forth, trusting as a resurrection person that something big and beautiful and only from our God is coming. And I hope you'll wait with joyful and hopeful expectation with me amongst all the fear and anxiety until that arrives. Peace.